Welcome to Kings of the Jungle. I'm your host, Joe Chap, and today we have some news that you can use if you're a Detroit Lions fan. Subscribe to us on Apple, Spotify, and between those is the Detroit YouTube page. This is where the video is going to be posted. But right now, we have some pretty sizable news that we needed to get out from a source that we have talked to. A source that we have talked to said specifically Malcolm Rodriguez, Derek Barnes, they are trending to be Week 1 starters. It's unclear right now if they will in fact be Week 1 starters, but at this point in time, Derek Barnes and Malcolm Rodriguez are the head front runners to win the starting linebacker job. This is what the source said. The source said Alex Anzalone, who is a guy that the Detroit Lions signed last year as a leader for the defense, he has been coaching these younger linebackers in a way. You know, obviously he's a pro. He's done that. But the person who has taken the biggest step has been Derek Barnes. Derek Barnes has taken huge steps in becoming a leader that can call the defense, make these adjustments at the line. Alex Anzalone, the source that I talked to, compared Derek Barnes to Demario Davis, the linebacker who was in New Orleans for years, who was a middle linebacker who called the defense. Aaron Glenn knows exactly who Demario Davis is, and one of the comparisons that people are giving is Demario Davis for Derek Barnes. Malcolm Rodriguez, on the other hand, he's going to kind of a different kind of comparison. Now, this is a guy who is probably going to start. I would pencil in Malcolm Rodriguez as starting right now, because the one guy said that he has Fred Warner vibes. And if you know who Fred Warner is, he's the all-pro linebacker for the San Francisco 49ers, who has played tremendously well in San Francisco. It'll be interesting to see what happens with the Detroit Lions, especially as we get to the preseason, who takes the first reps for the first team, who takes the second team reps. But right as of now, the Detroit Lions are trending towards starting Derek Barnes, Malcolm Rodriguez at the middle linebacker spots. It's a little bit of an unknown. Obviously, you don't know until the pads come on, but the pads have came on, and Malcolm Rodriguez has really separated himself from the pack. He's obviously he was a steal of a draft pick early on, but right now it's trending towards he will be starting, and so will Derek Barnes. Chris Board might be the second string linebacker with Alex Anzalone. So it'll be interesting to see if those two players can emerge and keep emerging as we get to the regular season. But right now, you can pencil in Derek Barnes and Malcolm Rodriguez as your first team linebackers. And we're hoping, obviously, if you're a Lions fan, you're hoping that they have a good year, because one of the main weaknesses of the Detroit Lions, in everybody's opinion, is the linebacking core. I think the linebacking core could be better than people think. I think if these young guys take the next step, especially Derek Barnes, especially Malcolm Rodriguez, I think they can make a legitimate step towards becoming even an average linebacking group that would help the Detroit Lions defense, because the defensive line has gotten better. So it's interesting, because I really do think Malcolm Rodriguez could help this team. I kind of penciled him into being a second team guy, but now we're hearing that he's potentially going to be a first string guy. This is Between the Whistles, Kings of the Jungle podcast. Subscribe to us on Apple and Spotify. We'll have more Detroit Lions news as we get closer to the season. Obviously, we'll have a big season preview. Subscribe to the page, the YouTube page. Subscribe to us on Apple and Spotify, and we will have a mailbag next week. So please stay tuned. This is Joe Chap.